stop for a second. This has gotten out of hand, and I need your attention because what we're seeing today isn't just love, it's pure evidence that many want to destroy. While Suga's vlog was making us laugh, the usual suspects used it to try and bury Jikook with sick comparisons, and I'm going to show you the screenshot that exposes them. But the war was just beginning. The separate flights ignited such blind hatred that we had to remember an uncomfortable truth about who makes the decisions. Then Jungkook, unintentionally, proved us right. A sudden bout of jealousy made him react to Jimin in such an instinctive way that he almost let it slip. Stay until the end, because what we're going to analyze today is the definitive answer to all those who doubt them. Jungkook couldn't help but react to the video Suga posted about the Beta Breakers race, and he did so in a way that caught everyone's attention. In the video, Suga shows very funny clips, dances, and humorous captions, and Jungkook commented something like, "It's driving me crazy," showing a lot of excitement for the content. We also saw Jimin, RM, and J-Hope leave super positive reactions. Jimin took the time to praise the high quality of the video, and J-Hope mentioned that his legs hurt from walking so much, making it clear that they always keep an eye on what their bandmates are doing. Many people love seeing these moments because they show us how the guys joke around with each other in their free time. It's very clear that these small gestures are signs of how well they get along, and although they are happy moments, many people, especially fans who support the group Jikook, start unnecessary debates. They start arguing about who's closer to whom or who gets preferential treatment, instead of simply enjoying how wonderful it is to see the boys having fun together and sharing their laughter. It's really not good that these people waste time making absurd comparisons that have nothing to do with the main topic. Those comments that only seek to compare situations are not appreciated by those of us who support Jimin and Jungkook's relationship. We hope these people change their way of thinking and learn not to compare unrelated things, so that we can all peacefully enjoy these beautiful moments they share with us. BTS's return from their Arirang tour in the United States has sparked a lot of discussion on social media because the members didn't all return together. Jungkook arrived at Incheon Airport on May 30th accompanied by Jin, RM, and Taehyung, while Jimin, Suga, and J-Hope traveled on a different flight. This simple change in flight schedules was enough for many people to start writing negative things about Jungkook online, saying very hurtful things about him and accusing him of abandoning the group simply for not being on the same plane as the others. This is all a misunderstanding, because the reality is that the company that manages BTS controls almost all of their actions when they are traveling. They are employees and have to follow the orders and schedules set for them, whether it's for events, concerts, or catching their flights home. It's not as if they decide who to sit with or which plane to get on, they're simply doing what the company asks of them, and it's very unfair to blame Jungkook for something he can't control, as if it were his fault his travel schedules were different from Jimin's. We, as fans who love Jimin and Jungkook's relationship, must keep a clear head and not fall into the trap of the hatred others are trying to stir up. If they could choose, they would always be together, as they've already proven countless times. We shouldn't doubt their affection for each other just because of a company decision regarding their flights. The best thing we can do is continue supporting them with respect, ignoring the negative comments, because we know they're united, even if the travel schedules make us think otherwise. When they were calling Jimin, something happened that all of us who follow Jikook noticed immediately. Jungkook, always the one looking out for Jimin, decided to answer himself instead of letting someone else do it. When he spoke, he made a face that was quite funny to watch, but at the same time, it made it very clear that he doesn't like it when other people insist too much on getting Jimin's attention. It was a direct moment where Jungkook showed his more protective side, revealing that he prefers to be the one interacting with Jimin. What we saw in that instant was a Jungkook who can't hide his feelings when it comes to Jimin. Although for many people it was something funny and entertaining to watch, the reality is that his jealousy was stronger than him in that precise second. Jungkook didn't stay silent or still, instead, he quickly intervened to assert his position. This reaction is a clear sign of their dynamic, where Jungkook is always attentive to everyone who approaches Jimin, demonstrating that their connection is his top priority in any situation. It's so exciting to see these reactions because they tell us everything about how much they care for each other. Jungkook doesn't try to hide his annoyance when others interrupt, and that gesture he made with his mouth gave us the perfect proof of his feelings. As fans of theirs, understanding this moment is easy. Jungkook doesn't want anyone else to take his place next to Jimin. It's a recurring theme that always confirms that when someone calls Jimin, Jungkook will be there to answer and show that he always has the final say. At the end of that concert, something very special happened between the two of them in front of the entire audience. Jungkook, while speaking to everyone present, uttered two very direct phrases: "Please take care of your health" and "I miss you." The exact second Jungkook said "take care of your health," Jimin quickly turned his head to look at him. Jimin knew perfectly well that those words were for him and no one else, and that eye contact amidst so many people was the clearest proof that they communicate through messages only the two of them understand. When Jungkook finished saying "I miss you," Jimin's reaction was very tender and sincere. He couldn't help but smile shyly in front of everyone. This moment was pure emotion, because we saw how Jungkook expressed his feelings exactly as he felt them, without hesitation, and how Jimin responded with that smile that lightened the entire atmosphere. It doesn't take much explanation to understand that this exchange was a personal message sent across the stage, confirming that, for them, being in front of so many people doesn't prevent them from having their own private moments. This event conveys a sense of deep longing and sincerity between Jungkook and Jimin. Seeing Jungkook ask him to take care and tell him how much he misses him, and then seeing Jimin smile upon receiving that message, makes it clear what they mean to each other. It's a direct sign of their relationship, where Jungkook's words reach Jimin directly, and Jimin's response confirms that everything is alright between them. It was a moment full of truth that shows us, in a very simple way, that the affection they have for each other is the most important thing in their daily lives. Someone who was present during a break in filming confirmed what many fans already suspected: Jimin and Jungkook act exactly the same when no one is filming them. According to this person, they were given a room to wait in, and there they were, along with all the staff, sharing the same space. The most important thing they mentioned is that, cameras or no cameras, the two behaved exactly the same way we see them on television. There were no differences or changes in how they treated each other, confirming that their connection is real at all times and doesn't depend on being in the spotlight. The two were having a great time together, having fun non-stop in that private space. This person described how they played around and joked constantly, showing that complicity we love to see in every video. They weren't shut away or isolated; on the contrary, they were very friendly with all the staff who were there with them. It's a very clear sign of their personalities. They are genuine people who get along well with everyone around them, and that makes them even more beloved by those who have the opportunity to work closely with them on a daily basis. In the end, the person who saw them couldn't help but describe them as incredibly cute, pure, and adorable. This experience shows us that what we see of Jikook in videos is simply how they are when they're together. Seeing Jungkook and Jimin joking and playing around with such confidence, regardless of who's watching, is proof that their relationship is real. They are exactly as we always see them: cheerful, approachable, and very close, demonstrating that their affection is something they carry with them everywhere, whether in front of the cameras or in the privacy of a short break from work. Everything this person shared is a clear sign for us that the bond between them is strong. They don't need to act or try hard to appear close when people aren't watching, because the way they treat each other is natural. That someone outside the group describes them so positively confirms that their energy together is special, and that the closeness we see on screen is, in reality, their normal way of interacting. For those of us who love Jikook's story, knowing that they're this kind and playful off-screen only confirms how important they are to each other. When we see Jimin and Jungkook, it's easy to notice something special happening between them, something that doesn't happen with other people. It's not just that they get along well or enjoy being in the same place, it's a natural harmony that appears as soon as they share a moment. When they're close, their energies align in a way that's immediately apparent, creating a different kind of light. It's that kind of connection that seems to flow effortlessly, as if they were made to support and understand each other in any situation, no matter how simple it may seem. This connection manifests itself in many ways throughout the day, and it's what makes watching them so exciting. Sometimes we see it in a quick glance between them, other times in a playful joke that only they seem to understand, and also in those quieter moments when they simply choose to be side by side in silence. The most important thing here is that everything feels real and comfortable. It's clear that it's the result of years of knowing each other, of perfectly understanding each other's rhythm, and of knowing exactly how to react to anything that happens. It's a connection that only exists when there's a lot of trust built up over time. What truly makes this moment special is that they don't give the impression of being two pieces trying to fit together because something's missing. On the contrary, each shines with their own light and has their own strong personality, but when they're together, that light seems to grow even brighter. It's as if the presence of one makes the other shine even more. That extra glow they project when they're close is a clear sign that their relationship is unique, becoming something that illuminates their entire surroundings, whether on stage, in an interview, or anywhere they share space. Furthermore, the way they interact confirms that there's nothing forced about their dynamic. When they're together, the atmosphere changes and becomes more pleasant for those around them. It's a harmony that feels natural, as if being connected were the easiest thing in the world for them. As Jikook fans, seeing them like this gives us a lot of peace of mind because we understand that this comfort isn't accidental, it's the foundation of everything they have. It's proof that, when it comes to Jimin and Jungkook, all we need to see is their closeness to confirm that, no matter what happens, their shared light is what always makes them stand out. That's why every time they share a moment, even a small one, it's a confirmation for us of how strong their bond is. They don't need grand displays to show what's between them, because their mere presence together says it all. This natural harmony they project is the ultimate sign that they are two people who complement each other perfectly. Seeing them like this makes us understand that, for Jimin and Jungkook, being together is their natural state, and that's precisely why their interactions always move us so much. Just before the song Come Over began, a moment occurred that caught everyone's attention because of its tranquility and sincerity. Almost instinctively, Jungkook approached Jimin to gently touch his neck and give him a light massage, followed by a delicate caress on his back. It wasn't a grand gesture or something staged for the audience, it was an act of self-care that felt completely natural. Watching it, time seems to stand still for a moment, because it's clear that Jungkook was simply making sure Jimin was okay, relaxed, and ready before continuing with the performance ahead. The way Jimin reacted, appearing completely relaxed under Jungkook's care, gives us a clear indication of the trust and respect they have for each other. It's evident that for them, this kind of attention is commonplace, a way of communicating without words. Jungkook is extremely careful and attentive in every move he makes, and Jimin simply accepts that affection with a tranquility that only comes from knowing someone better than anyone else in the world. This gentle, warm energy they create is what makes this moment so special, because it allows us to see a much more intimate and real side of them, far removed from any formality. This moment touches us deeply because it feels like pure and necessary comfort. It doesn't seem like an act or something staged for the cameras, but rather a silent language of affection that unfolds amidst the hectic pace of work. Seeing Jungkook care for Jimin in such a subtle way confirms how important they are to each other and how they prioritize one another. It's a direct sign that, even with a packed schedule and many people watching them, they always find a way to take care of each other and be attentive to each other's well-being, creating a small, safe, and private space between them. Being able to understand each other in this way, without saying a word, is the most beautiful thing we can observe in their relationship. That physical contact, so gentle, constant, and full of respect, shows us that their bond is strong and that the affection they have for each other is real. For us, who follow their story, this moment before Come Over is further proof that the connection between them is deep and constant. It shows how, amidst the intensity of a concert, what truly matters to them is being able to offer each other that instant of peace, demonstrating that their bond is the cornerstone of their tranquility. Furthermore, it teaches us that care doesn't always need to be conspicuous to be important.